Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Subnautica. I'm going to hop out of the moon pool just very quickly just so we can show I've reorganized the base ever so slightly. Rather than having this large room coming off here, I've moved it so that we've now got like a nice T-junction. The plan is going to be to retire this section here, retire this section here, maybe make another large room and move all the fabricator stuff into it, potentially like off this side. But for the moment, I'm happy with what we've got and where we've got it. This is definitely going to be the alien containment over here, but we need more quartz. So with needing more quartz, this is my temporary floodlight up here. Let's go and see what we can find.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So we've been down into that deep cave, so I'm thinking I can actually mark that off on the beacon manager. So green is ones we don't really care about anymore. We haven't been down into the deep creepvine cave, so that might be worth us having a look at. Anyway, right, from the stop. Beacon Deep Cave, we have done that. The deposits are worth keeping. The wreckage we've definitely done. Underwater fissure, deep creepvine cave, salt deposit, salt deposit. Let's tag them up. The Zoidberg will mark correctly. Wreck 1 we've almost certainly gone through properly. Okay, let's focus on the underwater fissure or the deep creepvine cave. And both of them are over this way. Now we are looking for more crystal as we go, more quartz, quartz crystals specifically, because we're going to need them. We're going to need them. Titanium is also very welcome because of the amount of construction that we've done, especially if we're going to make another large room. So I will be scanning these as we go and loading up stuff into the Seamoth when we can. I should probably also be keeping an eye out for diamond as well, because even if we don't have the synthetic fibers just yet, we're going to want to prep for when we do. That's alright, that'll buff out. That'll buff right out. Impact damage is never really that much of a problem. Ooh, is that prawn soup fragments? Oh, moonpool fragments. Well, I'll take them. More laser cutter fragments. That looks like a power transmitter. Copper ore, always welcome. Yeah, power transmitter. Let's load you up with stuff. Still got space for a few more bits in its inventory. And we're still like 500 meters away from that deep creepvine cave. Very sneakily diving in. Ooh, do I want more salvage? We don't really need massive amounts of titanium at the moment, but it's probably worth us grabbing a couple of pieces anyway. This is primarily a quartz recovery trip, though. And this is totally a dangerous area because everything is trying to kill us here. I would get my knife out, but I really don't think it's going to be particularly useful in protecting us. We know that some of the things can be killed easily enough, but that's some of the things rather than most of the things. Okay, and back into the creepvine area. There's some more crystals. And actually, with fewer things actively trying to eat us around here, let's drop off those last bits. Get back in. Okay, so now it's just whatever we can fit in our inventory. I do see more quartz over here. Let's grab that. One of the reasons I'm heading for old beacons that we've seen is because we do have the new depth module available, and so areas where I've marked it as, hey, this is deep, we probably haven't explored as thoroughly as we could have done or should have done. At least that's my thinking. Stuff like the limestone, we do need copper, and we don't have a huge amount available right now. Okay, so the underwater fissure might have just been like the thermal vent. Yeah, it was the thermal vent. It's a little warm, but it's not hurting us. Let's go in the sea moth because we'll be able to have the temperature as we move in. At 60 degrees. .62 degrees right here. That doesn't look like it actively goes deeper. We do have one of our cameras here. So the underwater fissure is not much use to us. Although this does go quite deep. Are these going to cause us problems? Yeah, we can't go through them with sea moth. Get some more quartz. Now, of course, we have been through this area before. And we know these guys are a little bit dangerous. But thankfully being in a nice protective shell means we can repair ourselves as we go. I'm not worried too much about them. Definitely makes it less worrying. Can I squeeze through that? Not really. Maybe just about through here. Yeah. Totally fine. Totally squeezed in. So what's that up in the roof? Is that just salvage? Okay, let's get out. Get the old scanner out. Right, let's get the old torch out. Because there was something up in the ceiling, but I don't see it anymore. And I don't think it's underneath the sea moth. So unless it was like just glitching through, which is a possibility. How much more inventory space we've got? We've got loads, so we can definitely get loads more quartz.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, well, let's spin back round to the main kelp area. Yeah, I suspect the salvage was just getting picked up from above and causing very odd results from that. You can try and have a nibble if you want, mate, but honestly, I don't think you're gonna find much, really. We're not very tasty. A bit more titanium, a bit more copper. Copper is what we like. And here is more quartz for us. Look at that. Love to see it. 1, 2. And actually, while we're here, let's have a snack. Delicious peeper. 3, 4. It's not giving us a huge amount of water, but it is some. Missed 2 crystals on the roof. Let's grab that. Grab that. Still got plenty of space left. Don't think we can fit through here with the sea moth, so we'll leave that alone for now. And one of the things that I'm very interested in is we had our original base like over this way. We went over to the life pod. Which one was it? Life pod 3. No, sorry, life pod 17. Which is, I think I've turned it off actually at the moment. And in heading over that direction, we ran into that whole new area. There it is, life pod 17. Not turned it off. So this area over here, I am interested to explore more. It's just, you know, those horrible warping critters are very dangerous. And actually, that makes me think a good idea would be to swap over the corpse in case we get killed by it, so we won't lose the corpse. There we go. So we've got the quartz in there. Let's enter the CMOS. I wonder if I left anything at the old base, actually. It's not... It was just back this way, wasn't it? Yeah, home base 1. Let's pop into home base 1. We'll just have a very quick look at what we've got, and then we'll carry on back to where we were.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Got some batteries, got another fire extinguisher. In fact, let's swap those over. In the supplies, got a couple of medkits. That's not that important. I'm pretty certain all these lockers are going to be empty now. But we can deconstruct them for titanium should we need some. So we've got some salt, we've got some sulfur, creepvine seed clusters, and we've got that gas pod. But we can always get more gas pods. And we do have a couple of rare metals. All the key things, though, have been taken out. Alright, good to know. Good to know. Okay, let's carry on to Life Pod 17 and the surrounding area. So we've seen the green creepvine forest area many times before. But we do want to pay attention to the lower down levels, because there may be all kinds of other cave systems. And here we go into like the red seagrass territory. That looks like a reactor fragment. Get it scanned just so it's done. And here's another deep cave. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got down here. The hell are these? This whole area is very new. What are you? Jelly shrooms? Are these edible? Well, we can grab a seed, so maybe we'll grow them. They're kind of pretty. Oh my god, there's bigger ones. This area is huge. Wait, is that diamond? Sorry, shale. So, lithium and probably lead, actually. Looks like there's eels down here as well. Oh my god, and a whole load of boxes. Wait, that's an actual foundation. there a base down here?
Signal location uploaded to PDA. Integrating.
What's this? User pull toggle request cross...
New PDA
Ow.
data.
Something. Right, we'll read that in a moment. I think one of the eels or something just got a bit close to us. Let's drink the water. And I'd like to scan one of the eels. You. Can they not be scanned? Is that something else that nibbled me? Alright, you know what? Let's just check see if there's anything scannable here. It doesn't look like it. So we'll get back in the surface skimmer.
Welcome aboard.
And read from within here. Okay. User Paul Torgle requested cross-referencing of local environmental scans with ideal habitat construction conditions, displaying results. Large subterranean cavern with multiple entrances. Conditions support a unique microcosm of predatory life forms. Minor structural instability in cave walls, extensive resource deposits. Average environment safety rating C, optimal habitat size safety rating B. Site 7 is being selected as the optimal habitat construction. Close proximity to one of the cave entrances in case of emergency, medium distance from predatory organisms, stable foundations on which to build, ready access to materials. Okay, so that's given us a new signal location for where the habitat could be. Interesting. Okay, there is definitely more things to scan here, so let's scan the cave bush. That's a gold node. How appropriate that there was gold right next to it. That's a tiny jelly shroom thing. An oculus. That's kind of like a peeper or an eye, but and maybe it was one of those nibblers. Yeah. Not so smart now, are you? Right. I would really like to be able to scan one of the eel things. But I don't know if it is scannable. Crab snake. Okay, let's not spend longer than we need to outside of the sea moth. Oh my god, it goes even deeper. Okay, so knowing that it goes even deeper, let's have a little look. This is almost hitting 300 meters. And also the water feels like looks weird here. It's got that kind of like soup consistency. That's a thermal vent. That's actual like lava. like legitimately lava. If we go into this, is it going to warm up? It is, but not... Oh, well, when it erupts underneath us, it gets a lot worse. But that's kind of interesting. What's this? Magnetite. Oh my god, magnetite's down here. Okay, we need to keep our eyes peeled for magnetite on the walls, everywhere. On the walls, floors. That might be a bit. Also might not be a bit. Our first bit of magnetite. This is huge. Okay, this is no longer a get quartz mission. This is now a get magnetite mission. Right, it's actually in the jelly shroom cave itself. Not down in that lava section, because we've got some here. Right, we can fit another 3 bits before we need to start dropping stuff. I don't want to be just breaking apart random things now. I think we'll head over to the proposed gassy habitat. There's 2 more bits. Grab you, and we'll grab you. What could I drop in theory? I could drop the metal salvage. I could drop the jelly shroom spore because we can always come back and get more. Maybe we don't need to drop anything though. We'll... potentially a couple of bits of titanium, but... yeah, so this is the original platform that we saw. Wait, is this the original one? Or have we moved around through the cave enough that I'm just disoriented? There's another piece right there. Okay, now we're at the point where we need to drop stuff if we find more and want more. I think let's head to the habitat location. We've got a selection of magnetite, so we can always come and get more if we need to. Yeah, there's definitely construction that's gone on. Hey, look at that. An underwater base. Well, they've got it on multiple levels. Ooh, and potentially stuff to scan. Let's thermal plant fragment. We've already got the thermal plant, I think. Oh, actually, no, we don't. Do we have the... no, we got the thermal plant. We don't have the nuclear plant. Let's double check. I think it would be... yeah, exterior module. We know how to do the thermal plant. We can't go in there, so I guess it's going in through a crack or break somewhere. There's a PDA in there that we want. So we're gonna have to find the way in, which is going to be over here. Let's start with this PDA.
Son, there is always a pecking order. And in our world, money makes a hierarchy. I pay Maida a fraction of what I pay you, and you a fraction of what I pay me.
If money makes the hierarchy, why is Marguerite making the decisions?
We need her. We let her think what she likes, so long as she does what she's told.
What if she doesn't?
For enough money, she will. People always do.
Alright. Next one, Bart Torgal's log.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out of the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment. Certainly, it's not all friendly. Most of the plant life is toxic. I learned that the hard way. But I've managed to coax some marble melons into growing indoors. And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well, we eat the fish themselves. It's a bit gross, but it's nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power, that the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, shows me the world in a way a spectroscopic analysis never could. Lately, I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies.
That's really cool. Alright, next one.
You know what Maida told me today? She wants to build a habitat 500 meters below sea level, more than a kilometer northeast of here. And she needs Bart and I to do it. She's got it into her head that she can save us if she just acts recklessly enough. But I've hauled Star Wars to Neptune, Plasteel to the Federation. This family operates 9 different mining colonies across the Ariadne Arm. Maida thinks she's better suited to lead. Her contract still says otherwise. But I just cannot damn well tell whether it's the stupidest idea I ever heard, or my only hope. I turned 80 years old last week. I thought I had another 80 in me, but marooned on this planet, there's no swapping out of my liver when the old one fails. Here, I'm mortal. And Maida is useful. So, it's my responsibility to make a decision. Return to the island and hope whatever knocked the Degazi out of the sky won't do the same to the rescue ship. Or take us deeper in search of answers. And all the while be hoping old age gets me before the sea monsters do. I'll give Maida just one thing. She was right about these caves. There's enough lithium there to fabricate 100 tons of plasteel. Enough for a damn fleet of Cyclops submarines. There was nothing anyone could have done to avoid crashing here. But I was right to order the detour. If we get off this planet, they'll be talking about the Torgal share price on the other side of the Federation.
Wow. Alright, let's
Something incredible
get this one and get back and get some oxygen.
I had to build equipment and study the life forms we were encountering, but I didn't have enough enameled glass. So I started looking for a natural substrate that would strengthen the glass we have, and those stalker teeth we've been finding fit the bill. Only, well, we needed more. That's when Marguerite got interested. She actually listened to me, more than I can say for Father.
Welcome aboard,
And I
Captain.
worked up the courage to talk about my more tentative theories. When I told her they were attracted to metal deposits, that their teeth get dislodged when they pick them up, her eyes narrowed and she dashed out of the room. 3 hours later, she came back, her pack loaded down with stalker teeth. I asked her about it. She shrugged and said my theories were good. Said she had the meeting out of the palm of her hand. I think she meant it literally. She is incredible. She went out to the kelp forest armed with just a heat blade and went fin to fin with a pack of stalkers. On the one hand, that is the coolest thing I have ever heard. On the other, well, I hope the stalkers didn't come off worse than Marguerite did. She had a huge gash on her forearm. I don't think things went as smoothly as she made out. And what's the point in surviving here if we have to kill everything that makes it so wonderful? I wish I knew more about these animals, but Father won't let me leave the habitat. Maybe with all this glass, we could build a containment unit and get up close to them.
Alright, I think we've got all the stuff out of here that we're going to be able to. What an interesting place. This would have definitely been useful to find earlier, but hey! Stop trying to damage my sea moth. I think it's time for us to head back to the surface and get out of here. But what an interesting base! There's a base 500 potentially a base 500 meters below sea level. So we're gonna have to go lower, go deeper, find where it is, and work that out. But I think that's gonna have to be for another time. I'm gonna take the ship, make it back to base, drop off the magnetite, and then we can reassess our situation and what we want to do with it. This cave goes really quite far towards the Aurora. Looking at it. No, not towards the Aurora. That's Lifepod 17, which we already knew about. Ignore me. I am once again getting turned around by the various deposits. But I'm going to navigate the way out of this cave. We'll find our way back to the surface, which I think was somewhere over this way. Yep, there we go. And hopefully we'll find a way back here nice and easily in the future. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Subnautica. See you soon.